Just ask for help when you need it. Stop pretending. I remember in my sixth form when I was going through a very dark period. I did not get along with my teachers, my grades were falling apart, and I kept my friends in the dark. I was going through a very depressive phase where, I did not feel like waking up. I was sleeping at 4 a.m. In the morning times. I would just be questioning life. What's the meaning of life? None of it makes sense. And I just didn't like myself, to be honest. I was going through these extremely negative emotions constantly on daily basis. And I just pretended that everything was okay because I did not want to come across weak. I did not want to tell anyone that I was struggling because I thought my friends might judge me that, Khushal, stop being a loser, get your shit together, or they might stop hanging out with me. My ego was extremely fragile, and all my insecurities were basically projected in terms of anger. It was projected through just rash behaviors, antisocial behaviors. Like I would be in the lesson and the whole time I would be creating scenarios in my head, daydreaming about wanting to change my life and wanting to change my past. And I would be just stuck in this limbo and going through these dark phases and not telling anyone that, I was struggling. And guess who it affected? Me. So I was only lying to myself and fooling myself. I wasn't fooling anyone else. And at some point, I had to swallow the bitter pill that was that, Khushal, your mental health is absolutely atrocious and you need to start working on yourself. And where the changes started to show is when I started telling my friends after I failed my A-levels, when, shit hit the fan basically, and I was in a very dark spot, is that I started telling my friends the dark things I was going through, the trauma I had been gone through, the loneliness, the mistakes I had made that I regretted. And, it was therapeutic to finally admit that, guys, I'm struggling and I need help. And one of the important things I learned is that I was trying to fix my irrational thoughts with my own irrational thoughts. I had this lone wolf mentality that, I can do it all by myself. I don't need anyone's help. But if you really think about it, how are you going to fix your irrational thoughts with your own irrational thoughts? You need an external voice that thinks rationally, that can put things into perspective. Of course, I don't want you to trauma dump on people and constantly make everyone your therapist. But I think it's very important to ask questions and ask for help when you need it. Because a lot of these people, they would want to help you. And you might have the argument that, I don't want to make them, go through the hassle. I don't want to bother them. But then put it this way, right? If someone else that was going through a difficult time and they came to you and asked for your help, would you turn them away? Obviously not. Then why do you assume that they're going to turn you away? Humans are full of kindness and you need to trust humans and also trust the right people, like your close people, and just be honest with them. And let's say, right, they make fun of you or they're insensitive about your situation. Now you know who your real friends are and who aren't. So it's a win-win situation. That's how I want you to look at it. So asking for help is extremely important, especially if in academics when you're struggling with a question. Like the amount of times where I did not know what I was doing in the lesson and I just stayed quiet about it. And I didn't ask the teachers the right questions, and I wasn't honest basically that, I don't know what the hell you are talking about. I didn't learn anything because I was just too scared of coming across dumb instead of actually curious about learning. Like I was too insecure. I wanted to be that guy that knew it all. So my need for external validation was the main reason why I did not want to ask for help. And when I realized that life is a team game, that 1, 2 minds, 3 minds are stronger than one mind, and that you cannot fix your irrational thoughts with your own irrational thoughts, you need an external voice that can make things clear to you. Only then did my life started to improve. Before that, I was just stuck in a cycle. So I hope you don't let your ego get in your way of learning and living a happy life. because you want to look a certain way. It is more important to become someone than to pretend to be someone. And to become someone, your dream version, then you cannot lie to yourself. That will only damage you. Who are you fooling? Okay, you can fool everyone for a couple of years, but at the end of the day, you're going to suffer the consequences of lying to yourself. If you do bad in your exams, if you do bad in anything, take accountability, be honest, go tell your friends or any of your support group that, this is your weakness, you need help, and they will help you, and like vice versa, they're going to learn something from your mistakes. And then you guys are going to be learning from each other's mistake, and you guys are going to grow better, you make a better bond, a stronger bond, because true friendships are made through difficult times. And you're going to live a happier life. So when you need help, stop pretending and just ask for help. Thank you for listening.